As we age, our bodies change in ways we often don't notice until symptoms appear. Metabolism slows down, blood vessels stiffen, blood pressure can rise, cholesterol patterns shift, insulin sensitivity decreases, hormone levels change, muscles and bones lose strength faster. That means the way our body responds to certain foods also changes. A 5-year-old might be able to eat freely without noticing any effects. A 5-year-old with high blood pressure, or a 2-year-old with heart disease, or a 5-year-old managing diabetes, that's different. So, our goal in this video is not to promote or demonize foods, but to give you the context you need to make safe, smart decisions in partnership with your healthcare team. Let's begin with the first food on our list, unprocessed red meat. 1. Unprocessed red meat, why it's confusing, what's true, and what you should know. After 50%, for decades, red meat has been at the center of debates. One group says it's unhealthy, another group says it's essential, and many people feel stuck in the middle. The reality is more nuanced. Why red meat became controversial. Much of the fear came from early studies that grouped processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, sausages, together with unprocessed meats like steak, lamb, beef cuts. But these are not the same foods. Processed meats often contain high sodium, preservatives, nitrates, additives, higher saturated fat, smoking or curing compounds. Unprocessed meats do not. This doesn't mean unprocessed red meat is automatically healthy, but it does mean the story is more complex than headlines. What red meat actually offers? Unprocessed red meat contains high-quality protein, iron, especially heme iron, which the body absorbs easily, zinc, B vitamins, creatine, and carnitine, which support muscle function. For older adults, protein is especially important because maintaining muscle helps prevent falls, fractures, and loss of independence. Where the caution comes in, for people over 50, high blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, history of stroke. These conditions can affect how much and what type of red meat is safe. Your doctor may recommend limiting the frequency or portion size even for unprocessed red meat, a safe, balanced approach. If you want to include red meat, aim for small portions, 4-6 ounces. Choose lean cuts if you're managing cholesterol. Pair meat with vegetables and fiber-rich foods. Cook using gentle methods like grilling, baking, or pan-searing. Avoid processed meats when possible. And most importantly, discuss your protein needs with your doctor, especially if you have heart or kidney issues. Red meat isn't the villain, but it isn't a universal solution either. It's simply a food that needs context. Now, let's move on to a topic that surprises many older adults. Butter. 2. Butter fear, facts, and finding the middle ground for heart health. For years, butter was painted as the enemy. Then years later, people began claiming butter was actually healthier than oils. And in the middle of that confusion stood millions of people just trying to figure out what they're supposed to eat. Let's clear things up. Why butter became controversial? Butter contains saturated fat. For decades, saturated fat was linked to increased cholesterol levels. But research has since shown the picture is more complex. Some people respond strongly to saturated fat, others do not. Some types of cholesterol behave differently in different bodies. That's why your doctor often looks at your full lipid panel, not just one number. What butter offers? Butter contains vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K2, especially in grass-fed butter, butyrate, a fatty acid associated with gut health in some early research. These nutrients can be part of a balanced diet, but portion size matters, where caution is needed. If you're over 50 and live with heart disease, high LDL cholesterol, high triglycerides, diabetes, obesity, fatty liver disease, you may need to limit butter or use it sparingly. Your individual cholesterol pattern and your doctor's guidance matter far more than internet trends. A safe way to enjoy butter. If your doctor says it's okay, use 1-2 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Pair with vegetables or whole foods. Avoid margarine or highly processed spreads. Don't combine butter with high sodium, high fat processed foods. Butter is neither an enemy nor a miracle. It's simply a food that needs mindful use, especially after 50. Now let's talk about something most people already enjoy daily, coffee. 9 for May D. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to speak directly to you, especially if you're over 50. Nutrition becomes confusing as we age, and it's not your fault. Research changes, trends come and go, and you're left trying to make sense of it all. If you appreciate calm, balanced, senior-focused health explanations like this information designed for your body, your age, and your health needs, consider subscribing to True Senior Healthness. This channel exists to support your confidence, your independence, and your long-term well-being. All right, let's continue. 3. Black coffee, a popular drink with real benefits and real cautions. Coffee is one of the most misunderstood foods in the world. One decade it was blamed for heart problems. Another decade it was praised for its antioxidants. So what's the balanced truth? What coffee does offer? Coffee contains antioxidants, polyphenols, compounds that support energy and focus, natural stimulants that improve alertness, components that may support blood vessel function in some individuals. Early research also suggests coffee may support metabolic health for some adults, but results vary widely depending on the person, their genetics, and their medical conditions. Where caution is needed for people over 50, coffee can affect blood pressure, heart rhythm, anxiety levels, stomach sensitivity, sleep quality, medication absorption, if you have arrhythmia, irregular heartbeat, uncontrolled hypertension, GERD or gastritis, trouble sleeping, sensitivity to caffeine, you may need to limit your intake. A safe way to drink coffee? Aim for 1-2 cups of black coffee if your doctor approves. Avoid high sugar, high calorie drinks. Add only small amounts of milk or cream if needed. Avoid drinking late in the day. Monitor how your body reacts. Coffee can be part of a balanced lifestyle, but it must fit your personal health profile. Now let's move to the final food on our list. Eggs. 4. Eggs, protein power, cholesterol questions, and the smart way to include them after 50. Eggs have been villains, heroes, and everything in between. So what's the truth? The benefits. Eggs contain high-quality protein, choline, vitamins A, D, E, K2, omega-3 seconds, especially in pasture-raised eggs, essential amino acids, minerals like selenium. For older adults, protein is vital for muscle maintenance, mobility, balance, bone health, immune function. The cholesterol question. Eggs contain cholesterol, but dietary cholesterol does not affect everyone the same way. For most healthy adults, moderate egg consumption is considered safe. But if you have a history of heart disease, high LDL, familial hypercholesterolemia, diabetes, a recommendation from your doctor to limit cholesterol, you should follow your medical guidance. A safe way to consume eggs. 1 egg per day is often reasonable for many adults, but confirm with a doctor. Cook with small amounts of healthy fats. Pair eggs with vegetables, not processed meats. Avoid frying in large amounts of butter or oils. Eggs can be part of a balanced, heart-safe diet, but the key is moderation and personalization. Final section, the most important message. After examining these 4 foods, red meat, butter, black coffee, and eggs, it becomes clear that the real question isn't, is this food good or bad? The real question is this food right for me? At my age, with my health conditions and my doctor's guidance? There's no universal answer. Because a 5-2-year-old with excellent labs and no medical conditions may safely enjoy all 4 foods in moderation. A 6-8-year-old with heart disease or diabetes may need stricter limits. A 7-5-year-old with kidney issues may need to adjust protein intake. A 6-0-year-old managing anxiety or arrhythmia may need to adjust caffeine intake. The safest and smartest approach is know your numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar. Know your conditions, heart, kidneys, metabolic health. Know your medications, interactions matter. Know your body, how you feel after eating matters. Talk with your doctor before making major changes. Because food is powerful, but your health is personal, and no food should ever replace medical care, proper follow-up, prescribed treatments, or individualized advice. Closing message, warm and supportive. If you're watching this, I want you to know something important. Your health journey doesn't require perfection. It requires awareness. Understanding the foods you eat, listening to your body, and working with your healthcare team, those are the things that help you stay strong, independent, and confident as you age. So the next time you see a headline saying, "This food will save your heart. This food will destroy your arteries," Doctors don't want you to know this. Take a breath. Remember what you learned today and choose the calm, informed path. You deserve health information that respects your age, your experience, and your life. And you're doing the right thing by being here. Thank you for taking this time for yourself.